As a man, I'm going to let you in on a secret that most guys will never admit to you face to face. The moment a woman starts doing less of one specific thing, a switch flips in a man's brain. Suddenly, he stops coasting, stops taking her for granted, and starts pursuing her like his life depends on it. Now, I already know what you're thinking. Oh great, another dating video telling me to stop chasing him, to play hard to get, or to create artificial scarcity. Let's be honest, you've tried pulling back. You've tried waiting exactly 20 minutes to reply to a text, or pretending you're busy on a Friday night when you're actually on your couch watching TV. And how does it feel? It feels exhausting. It feels like an annoying mind game that leaves you feeling anxious while he just remains completely oblivious. Today, we are completely ignoring that superficial dating advice. We're going deeper. I'm going to reveal the one deep psychological behavior you need to do less of. A behavior that is actively killing his biological drive to bond with you. The wildest part about this habit? It feels completely natural and loving to you. You think you're building a bridge between your hearts, but in the male psyche, it acts as a massive off switch for our deepest romantic intensity. When you dial back this one hidden habit, you don't just trigger his temporary fear of losing you, you trigger his neurochemical need to integrate you into his very identity, which is permanent. Before we get into the heavy psychology, drop a comment right now with your best guess as to what this is. Let's see who gets it right by the midpoint of the video. The advanced psychology, the perceived safety paradox. To understand why doing less of this behavior makes a man fall drastically harder, we have to look at how a man's brain processes a relationship. In modern psychology, there is a concept known as the need for cognitive closure. Human beings naturally dislike ambiguity. We want to solve mysteries, sort things into neat little boxes and say, okay, I understand exactly how that works. But here's the catch. The human brain is also an energy-saving organ. The moment a man feels he has completely figured out a woman's psychological map, when he knows exactly how she will react and exactly why she feels what she feels, his brain shelves her under resolved mysteries. Think of it like a video game you've played 100 times. If you know exactly where every enemy is hiding and how the story ends, your brain stops allocating deep thought to it. You don't hate the game, but the intense focus, the excitement, the craving to play it, it completely vanishes. This is the perceived safety paradox. When a man feels 100% certain that he has mapped out your entire inner world, his biological drive to lean in drops to zero. In evolutionary biology, male focus is sharpest when there is a slight gap between perception and certainty. Men are wired to investigate, to discover, and to protect things that require effort to understand. If you provide a constant, transparent emotional mirror, a man's brain stops producing the dopamine associated with discovery. To make him fall harder, you don't need to play toxic games. You just have to stop giving him a psychological free pass to your inner world before he has actually built the capacity to hold it. The great reveal. What is this? All right, no more teasing. Let's drop the curtain. The one single behavior that a woman needs to do drastically less of if she wants a man to fall deeply, obsessively in love is over-explaining her inner world, or as behavioral psychologists call it, emotional over-justification. Let me define exactly what this looks like, because I guarantee almost every woman watching this has done it out of pure good intentions. Over-explaining is the instinctive habit of immediately narrative tracking your moods, your boundaries, and your past traumas the exact moment a bump in the road happens, just to keep him comfortable or to force him to understand you. Imagine a guy pulls away or doesn't text you for 2 days. When he finally reaches out with a casual, "Hey, what's up?" the over-explaining habit drives you to type out a mini-novel. "Hey, to be honest, I'm kind of upset because when you didn't text me, it triggered my past relationship trauma where my ex used to ghost me, and it made me feel really anxious, which is why I'm being a little distant right now because I just need to protect my peace." Ladies, I know why you do this. You think, if I am completely vulnerable and explain my psychological blueprint to him, he will understand me, feel safe, and step up. But let me give you the raw male perspective. When you hand a man a giant, pre-packaged manual explaining all your emotional gears over text, you completely dissolve all mystery. You have solved the puzzle for him. Second, you stop looking like a high-value woman with standards, and you start looking like a patient explaining her symptoms to a therapist. You are literally apologizing for having feelings by over-justifying them. Now, look at the high-value shift. When he texts, "Hey, what's up?" after disappearing, Instead of a 3-paragraph essay, you simply say, "Hey, I don't really like how the communication has felt the last couple of days, so I'm focusing on my own week right now." Boom. Period. No justification, no childhood stories, no emotional hand-holding. When you do less narrative tracking, you force a man to use his own cognitive energy to figure you out. In behavioral economics, this triggers what we call the endowment effect. The more mental real estate a man invests in deciphering you, the more value his brain automatically assigns to you. You become a premium prize that requires his highest level of focus. The advanced manifestations to cut back. Now that you know what the behavior is, we need to talk about how it sneaks into your daily conversations. There are specific, advanced ways women over-explain every single day, and today we are going to dismantle the absolute biggest offender. 1. Preemptive boundary justification. This is when you feel the need to give a massive backstory just to say no to a man. For example, a guy asks you out for a last-minute date on Friday night. If you are an over-explainer, your response sounds like a court defense speech. "Oh, I'd love to, but I can't go out Friday because I have a really crazy week at work. My boss has been so stressed out making us finish this project, and I really need to catch up on sleep, otherwise I'm an absolute zombie on the weekend, and I won't be good company anyway." Do you hear how much anxious energy is in that response? You are practically begging him to validate your right to say no. When a man reads a 5-sentence excuse for a simple boundary, his brain registers compliance and anxiety. He realizes you are terrified of upsetting him. The shift? Dial it down to a single, elegant sentence. "I can't make Friday work, but I'm free next Tuesday if you want to plan something." When you give one clean sentence, my brain instantly registers a high-status woman who has a structured, important life. I don't need to know about your boss, your sleep schedule, or your stress levels. Your time is valuable simply because it's your time. It makes a man respect your boundaries instantly because you treat them as non-negotiable facts, not theories up for discussion. 2. The pre-baked reaction. Moving on to the second way over-explaining sneaks into your life, the pre-baked reaction. This is when you anticipate a man's discomfort and instantly adjust your words to protect his feelings. You send texts like, "I know you're super busy, so you don't have to reply right away, but," or, "I know you hate making plans early, but let me give you a reality check." We see right through the padding. When you cushion your requests, you are telling us that you are willing to manage our emotions for us. When you stop doing that, we are forced to handle our own discomfort and step up to meet your needs. Next up is immediate emotional postmortems. You have a minor disagreement, and you instantly need a 2-hour talk to dissect exactly what went wrong. Here's a biological secret. Men process emotions slower than women because the bridge between our brain hemispheres is smaller. If you force an immediate post-mortem, our brain redlines and we shut down. If you do less talking and just let the tension sit in the room, it eats at a man until he actively comes to you to fix it. Finally, stop handing him your vulnerability map on date 3. Sharing your deepest flaws early on so he knows who you are doesn't build trust. It dissolves the prize dynamic. Share the chapters of your life, not the whole book. The silent reset protocol. Now, practicing this does not mean playing cold, passive-aggressive mind games. This is about grounded confidence. Here is how you execute the silent reset protocol safely. First, implement the period rule. Speak in complete, concise sentences and stop adding phrases like, "if that makes sense," or, "you know," at the end. Your schedules and feelings do not need a confirmation click from a man. Second, embrace the unexplained absence. If you are reading a book, working out, or hanging with friends, you don't need to text him, "Hey, going to the gym for 2 hours, talk later." Just disappear into your life. Let his mind wander where you are. The imagination is the most potent tool for building male attraction. Third, use emotional subtlety. If he slacks off and asks if you're okay, don't drop a laundry list of complaints. Instead, use a high-boundary phrase like, "I'm just observing how things are playing out right now." Trust me, that phrase strikes absolute fear into a man's heart. It means he is on trial, but he doesn't know the evidence you have. It forces him to audit his own behavior to win back your enthusiasm. When you do less emotional heavy lifting, you flip the sunk cost fallacy in your favor. Because his brain has to spend significant cognitive currency analyzing your reactions and earning your smile, it reaches a permanent conclusion. She must be the most valuable person in my world. He stops viewing you as a casual option and starts viewing you as an incredible woman he needs to protect and commit to. Stop doing the work of 2 people in a relationship meant for 2. Your inner world is a sanctuary, not a public museum. Let him pay the price of consistency and effort to see the exhibits. If this gave you a brand new perspective, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments, are you an over-explainer? Subscribe for more insider psychology, and I'll see you in the next video.